We're never going to get this. This is weird. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Low concern status. So.
Nailed it.
Hey, everybody. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
How you doing, everyone? Can I tell you what the issue is, Jeff?
It's your mouth and face?
It's my mouth and face and brain. Fuck you on your high horse. Never
my seahorse.
Your high seahorse, which reproduces thousands and thousands of children at a time.
It
comes shooting out of a seahorse.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy that there's such a thing as a seahorse? That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Listen, the ocean is absolute fuck noise.
It really is crazy.
The ocean is bonkers as hell.
Yeah.
I got a Blu-ray. First of all, humble brag. I've got a Blu-ray.
Nice.
And I went and I saw, dude, it must have been like 20 years ago when I was but a youth. I went to the Air and Space Museum or the Science Museum. I went to DC and I made this. I was long distance dating this woman. I was living in New York and it was my first time in DC. I didn't get to go on the 5th grade trip or whatever people do. Like my family did not give a shit about Washington, DC. They were not like, we got to go to where America's made. They were just, They were like, no, that's stupid. Let's not do that. They were like, we live in Florida. Go on Pirates of the Caribbean again. There's like no reason. There's no reason to go to DC. Like you're not going to, it's not cool. So we went to all the museums. I made this woman the first time I went and visited her in DC. I feel like she was so disappointed because I was like, I want to go to all the museums. I want to go to every museum. And so we spent the weekend with her taking me around like I was a 5th grade student. And one of the movies that I saw at one of the museums was James Cameron, Jimmy Cams.
Yeah.
The Avatar man himself.
That's right.
This was after he built himself his submarines. And he strapped the IMAX camera and patented the system for operating an IMAX camera in a submarine, because this is what he does with his spare time.
Yeah.
And he took a crew. He hired a crew of marine biologists and scientists and engineers and all this shit. And he made a movie called James Cameron's Aliens of the Deep.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that movie.
It's sick as hell, dude.
Yeah, there's some creepy shit under the water there.
There was a thing under the ocean when you get really, really deep into it that looks like a literal angel.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is why we made the abyss.
Wow.
He's like, this is why because we knew that deep down here, you hear about like the fish that are bioluminescent, the angler fish with their own lights and all that stuff. But this was like a thing that looked like it had an almost human head and face. And then its body was like this undulating, ghostly sheet. And they were just like, yeah, that's ocean. They just look at it. They're like, yeah, that's ocean.
Yeah, what are you going to do, man?
It's
down here, anything goes.
It's all ocean, dude.
Yeah.
I think James Cameron was one of the first people to get like the sea vent extremophiles, like actual good photos and footage of them, the ones that can live in like extreme cold and extreme heat, like they bounce back and forth between the vents. Like he had footage of them, like IMAX footage of them, and he's like working the camera with like 2 little wheels,
dude.
Like
guy.
an Etch-a-Sketch.
He's crazy.
He's crazy. I bet he's insufferable.
He probably is, but I don't know. Maybe in his old age, he's mellowed. I just saw a YouTube clip recently of the Terminator 2 behind the scenes, the commentary where he's talking about that shot where the helicopter goes underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
And he's like, so here's an interesting shot. This is a helicopter going under a bridge. And the way we shot it was we had a helicopter go under a bridge. And he's like, there's like 2 dudes in the world that are willing to try this. And he goes, none of the crew were willing to shoot it because they thought it was so dangerous. He's like, so I said, well, I'll shoot it. So it's just me in a truck with a camera. And then this dude, this crazy ass helicopter pilot who flew up helicopter. He's like, we did it 4 times. It's like,
What I love is he's like best friends with Guillermo del Toro, who is a dude who's like, I do not leave my house.
yeah. I like to stay stationary as much as possible.
I draw everything in my notebook and it's beautiful. And then I make a puppet about it.
It's true.
And meanwhile, James Cameron is like, they said the shot couldn't be done. And I said, fuck you, it can't be done. Watch this. And I jumped off a cliff wearing a squirrel suit with an IMAX with a 5,000-pound IMAX camera hanging from my dick.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It's like,
So
we didn't have the technology to do this, so I invented it.
Yeah, so I built it.
Yeah.
I made a man build it for me with my Terminator money. The ocean is full of weird shit, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
And thank God there are people like Jimmy Cams to get the photos of it. But
Seriously.
people don't think about the simple things in the ocean. They don't think about the sea urchin. When I think about the sea urchin, the only thing that pops into my mind is the line from American Psycho where they talk about the sea urchin ceviche.
Yeah,
like,
you can eat a sea urchin, can't you?
Oh, you can eat it. So you crack them open.
Yeah,
because they're little spiny bros. I
may be thinking of a sea anemone,
like in a Finding Nemo.
Yeah, I want to Google sea urchin just to get the right image in my head.
Get the image in your head.
Oh yeah. Sea urchin. It's spiny. It's prickly.
Yeah. And you would think that it's just a full circle of spines.
Yeah.
And basically what they are is they're found just about like everywhere. They're in basically every ocean, every climate. They can survive in the tropics. They can be on the poles. They're everywhere, dude. And they are much more than you think. Like, one of the things about sea urchins is you look at them and you would think, and this is part of, their defensive design and everything.
Yeah.
You would look at them and you would assume that there's some sort of plant, or they're part of the coral, or there's some sort of, and they're stationary, like a
cacti or something.
Yeah, but they're not. They move. They move.
And they have delicious meat inside them.
The tiniest, most deliciousest meat right inside of them. And here's the thing that we thought about sea urchins. Dumb. Gotta be dumb.
Well, sure. They're just a little puffball of stupidity.
They're just a little puffball of stupidity. They're pretty dumb. And listen, regardless of what the truth is, whether they're smarter or dumber than they think, whichever way I'm going with this, the truth is that they are dumb. Like, you're smarter than every sea urchin.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Like, my dog will outthink a sea urchin. Sea urchin dumb. Yeah. Here's the thing. They move around. They're spiny. They're slow move. They have like little tube feet.
They have feet?
Yeah, they got tiny little tube feet. I thought they sort
of rolled or like kind of went with the waves and just kind of drifted.
No, I'll show you. Here's the underside of a sea urchin. This is it. If you're a video patron.
Oh, wow.
Patreon.com/we have concerns. No, they have these tiny little tubes.
Yeah.
And the little tubes just kind of like up,
Yeah, yeah.
like a millipede almost.
A little creepy crawly little guy.
Yeah, a little creepy crawly guy. They're sort of like they don't swim. They kind of they move along rocks and hard surface. So that's why you usually see them on coral. They have these little tube feet that have a lot of the species of them have little suckers at the tip, right?
Yeah.
And what they do is they use the hydraulic pressure of water moving in and out of their feet to move slowly. They don't move the way you think. They take in and out water like little pumps to move their feet.
Huh.
They're interesting little creatures.
Yeah, man.
They can propel themselves along with their spines. They can use the actual spiny protrusions. There are a lot of neat things about them. They have little tiny pincher organs that are like little jaws.
Huh. Are they carnivores? Do they eat other creatures or do they eat plants?
They do eat carnivores. They basically they'll take little tiny their main diet is algae, but they'll eat like sea cucumbers or mussels or sponges. They'll eat other things that don't look like animals. This thing doesn't look like an animal, and it will eat other animals that don't look like animals.
Sweet.
Some of them are venomous.
Yeah.
But the big thing about the sea urchin is ain't got no brain.
Right.
No brain.
Just like a mussel or a clam doesn't have a brain, right?
Yeah, or the way a jellyfish, right? A jellyfish doesn't have a brain.
Right.
They've got nervous systems, right?
Yeah.
They have things that allow them to react to stimuli and to the environment and all this sort of stuff. But yeah, they're called echinoderms. Echino meaning spiny, derm meaning skin, right? And then urchin itself comes from hedgehog. It's a sea hedgehog, which is what it looks like.
Yeah.
But echinoderms are kind of named because they have they have a water vascular system, which is what we were talking about, which is where it uses the water like a pump to do different things within its body. It's, a lot of them have they have what's called 5-sided radial symmetry, which is why a lot of them are like circular or star-shaped. Their bodies don't do like 2-sided like we do. They do 5-sided symmetry.
Nice.
Yeah. But the other thing is they have these full body they have these nervous systems, but they don't have brain. Except Jeff. That was wrong. We were wrong all along.
Wait, they have brain?
Jeff, not only do they have brain, they're entirely brain.
It's just a brain? It's a brain in a spike box?
Jeff, this is a living, walking, eating brain.
That's pretty baller.
Dude, now all of a sudden you're thinking about the lowly sea urchin, aren't you?
So what's the distinction that makes us realize this? Obviously it's not like we just noticed what a sea urchin is. Is it a reclassification? Because nervous system, movement, does it have muscles? I don't know.
So it has the water vascular system.
Oh, right, water vascular system, right?
Yeah.
So how does this? What's the characteristic that makes us say it has brain?
Well, get a load of this, Jeffrey. Two researchers or an international team of researchers led by 2 marine biologists. One of them is Pericles Paganos from the Stazione Zoological in Naples, Italy. And the other is a molecular biologist, Jack Ulrich Luder of Germany. Museum für Naturkunde, Berlin. They found out that they analyzed urchin gene expression. They were looking at what happens, how the genes are doing things within the body and creating things within the body, right? We've talked about gene expression before and how you can have sort of genes and then you can have epigenetics and gene expression, right? So just because you have one gene doesn't mean something happens in one way.
Right.
It can do different kinds of things. So what happens is they looked at the gene expression and what the genes were doing. And they found out that instead of having this primitive nerve net, these diffused neurons throughout their body, right? It's more like a brain that goes through the entire creature. So what they did is they found that there were like clusters of neurons within all of the, like about 50%, half of their overall cell clusters were producing neurotransmitters. They were making dopamine. They were making serotonin. They were making histamine. They were making all the brain things. So it wasn't just like a regular nerve net. It wasn't just a regular cluster of cells that's like, oh, it can sort of like sense pain and it can see and it can sort of sense light or whatever. It's like, no, these are some of these chemicals are linked to things like learning and memory.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Like the sea urchins can learn things. They have memory. They have sort of things that we would consider, neurological functions that require a brain. And it's because almost over half of an overall cell cluster in a juvenile sea urchin, baby sea urchin, half brain. Adult sea urchin, whole brain. All brain.
All brain
Mostly
all the time.
brain. They found that like their bodies, which have this five-way symmetry, aren't just organized like a starfish or whatever. They thought it was like all completely mirrored 5 ways, right? But then they looked at the sea urchin and they were like, wait a minute. There are genes within the sea urchin that define the front and back of the head.
Really?
There are genes in this sea urchin that define the nervous system and skin. And the trunk, like the whole body and the trunk that we thought made up the entire sea urchin, those genes are only found in the internal organs of the sea urchin. So the part that we thought was the sea urchin, the whole body, is actually relegated to just genes within the organs. And the part that we thought didn't exist, the brain, is almost the entirety of the sea urchin.
Huh.
Sea urchin, pretty smart.
Well, but does it perceive things? It only has, what sensory input does it have?
Okay, so here's the deal. Sea urchins have no eyes, right? But they have photoreceptive cells. Okay, so they take light, they turn it into electrical signals, and they turn those electrical signals into certain types of proteins that are sensitive to light, and that allows it to like detect and process light stimuli, which is something that we didn't think it could do. But it turns out that most of its body is sensitive to light. It's basically not just all brain, it's all eyeball.
So
all brain and eye.
All brain and eye, dude. This is like freaking Dungeons and Dragons character. You know, it's just like
a beholder.
Giant roving eyeball brain.
It's definitely a beholder. It reminds me of Jeff, are you familiar with Myaku Myaku?
No.
So we just
I was already unfamiliar with it when you said it the first time.
So Jeff, Myaku Myaku is one of my favorite things in the world. Unfortunately, okay. Myaku Myaku just died. Oh. Myaku Myaku was the official mascot of the Osaka World's Fair.
Oh, I do know what that is. Yes. I didn't know its name.
Well, read a book, Jeff. Because now what we know about the sea urchin makes me think that the sea urchin is actually a Myaku Myaku.
Oh, yeah. That is disturbing. That is
Myaku Myaku is a strangely amorphous creature covered in eyeballs, including one that's on its butt.
Yeah. And it has them hanging off its elbows for some reason.
Yeah, Myaku Myaku is weird. I remember asking. I went to an office of tourism in Tokyo to get my little stamp for my book, because you know how they have all the little stamps.
Yeah.
And I was talking to the lady at the tourism office in Tokyo, and I was like, "Oh, this is the mascot for the World's Fair. What is its name? I don't know its name. I've just seen it everywhere." She's like, "Oh, it's Myaku Myaku." I was like, "Oh, thank you, Myaku Myaku." She's like, "You like it?" I was like, "Yeah, I love Myaku Myaku. I think Myaku Myaku is amazing. Do you not like it?" And she looks at me and she goes, "Many of us do not."
Oh.
I bought so much Myaku Myaku merch when I was in Japan, Jeff. I have socks.
Have you seen these?
Myaku Myakushoes?
Myaku Myakushoes.
Dude, I wish I had those. I wish I had them. Dude, Myaku Myaku was everywhere. And can I tell you what, Jeff? Everybody hated it. but not me. Not me.
What kind of no? You would imagine.
I downloaded the brand guidelines from Myaku Myaku. I downloaded the original brief, like the Osaka board had
how to use Myaku Myaku.
Yeah, it was like
advertising campaigns.
Yeah, it explained Myaku Myaku and like all the things about Myaku Myaku, and I downloaded it immediately, and I was just like, this is the Pontiac Aztec of fucking mascots. This sucks, and I
not
love
only
it.
is it seemingly a disturbed mind that came up with this, there had to be, you would imagine, layers of approval.
Yeah, everybody loved it, dude.
Like there are, as we saw, if you're a video patron, there are plushies, there are shoes, there's all kinds of, aimed at kids. One would imagine that this is,
dude.
Although this is the stuff of nightmares.
I have a beautiful Myaku Myaku sweater. Beautiful.
He has like a little pop belly. He's got a big. It's like a happy smiling mouth that is literally surrounded by bulbous eye gunk.
Yeah, it's a biblically accurate Olympics mascot. Except it's for the World's Fair.
It makes no sense. It's like
it makes perfect sense, dude. And he's covered in eyes. He's smarter than you think. He moves slowly. He is an urchin.
He's an urchin.
He's a sea urchin. So listen, much like Myaku Myaku, the sea urchin has photoreceptors all over it.
Wait, do you know what it looks? Sorry, real quick. Do you know what it looks like? Actually,
you can't get off Myaku Myaku now, can you? You can't get off Myaku Myaku. The moment
I'm sorry.
This is why Myaku Myaku is a good mascot. Everybody who hated Myaku Myaku can go fuck themselves because Myaku Myaku rules.
Do you remember when Will Wright made Spore?
Yes.
This looks like somebody created a thing in Spore.
Yes.
And then was like, done and done. We made the mascot.
Yes. Absolutely. It's perfect. No notes.
Moving on.
Have you seen it from the back yet? Because there is an eyeball on its butt.
Why is there an eyeball on its butt?
Because it's whimsical, dude.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot about the whimsy.
You forgot about the whimsy. So no, Myaku Myaku covered in eyes.
Sorry. Oh, there's the back. Yeah. Oh, it's not just on its butt. It's not just on its butt. It's like a eyeball tail, like a bulbous little eyeball tail.
But it's off centered because nothing on Myaku Myaku is perfectly centered or balanced. Because Myaku Myaku is always changing like the world.
Is it five-way balanced?
Read the brief, dummy. Read the brief and it'll all make sense to you, you fool, you absolute buffoon.
I'm a Philistine. All right, anyway, back to urchins.
Back to urchins.
Continue to look at this
Myakus of the sea.
Yeah.
So what they have is they have these photoreceptors that give off these opsins, which are proteins that are sensitive to light. So they basically, opsins feed into the all brain network. And it's like a huge, huge part of how sea urchins work. Like there's this whole part of sea urchins we did not know about. And it's this ability to sense light.
So they're thinking, seeing spiky, bulbous things that are also delicious. That's a combo.
They're a combo, baby. Listen, the genes for the front of the head. This is what's cool. So the genes in the front part of the head are in the largest parts of the body, and they include what's called the oral nerve ring. Oh,
I tried an oral nerve ring with my girlfriend once, and she did not care for it.
Listen, the important thing is to try new stuff and to keep it open.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
It's spicy. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't close off to an oral nerve ring. Give it a shot. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. But
right.
You have to make your partner feel heard. The oral nerve ring is a neural center that's located around its mouth. And then
Where's
it has
mouth on the bottom.
Yeah.
Mouth on bottom near feet.
Near feet. There's sort of like those things in Nausicaa Valley of the Wind.
Sure. A reference everybody will get.
Do you not What are you not everybody listen. Everybody likes Miyazaki, and if they don't like Miyazaki, like, what are you doing?
I know.
Watch Nausicaa Valley of the Wind. Watch Nausicaa Valley of the Wind. Yeah, they have this oral nerve ring, dude. And and then they have 5 radial nerve cords that are joined at the base by nerve tissue that forms the oral nerve ring.
This is like what a mad scientist talks about over lunch.
Dude, this is what I want to talk about with people over lunch. Do you know how many people are going to hear the phrase oral nerve ring from me today?
Too many.
Do you know what? Do you know what?
Get not invited to parties?
Yeah. And you know what? That's their problem, because then they don't get to hear about the oral nerve ring.
True. Wait, what are these? What are the nerve connectors that attach to the oral nerve? No, things that form an oral nerve ring.
Yeah. It's got these like nerve. It's got these not nerd ropes, but nerve ropes. Nerve ropes are delicious. Nerve ropes are part of a sea urchin's biology. That's how you can remember.
That explains that weird mix-up I got when I ordered online.
That's right. That's right.
Like,
so
these nerd ropes look terrible.
So what's crazy about this is like, we thought that these were they had no brain, but it turns out it's all brain, dude. They don't need a brain the way that we think of a brain, because their entire body is brain.
So they're processing all of this sort of light sensitive stimuli throughout their entire body, and then using that input to decide how to hydraulically move and get to food. The spikes are just a defense system.
The spikes they're just there for whimsy. Once again, you got to remember whimsy.
Yeah, it's party on top, oral nerve ring on bottom.
That's right. So honestly, what you're telling me is it's a party on both sides.
It is kind of true.
That's what you're telling me. But this means that, like, what this means is we have to start rethinking animals again.
Again?
Right?
It feels like every couple of weeks I got to do that.
I know. It sucks. It was really much easier to believe that God just put the exact right amount of animals on earth for us to eat.
Yeah.
And no more and no less. And we just didn't have to think of them.
That's true. I felt like I had all the animals sorted.
Yeah. Beasts of the land, birds of the air, fish of the sea.
Done and done. 3 categories.
3 categories.
Which
all
one
for
are
mouth.
you? Yeah.
All for mouth. I swallow. Food for me. Thank you. But no, this means that, like, animals without a conventional central nervous system, right? Yeah. Things that we see as a central nervous system, things that we see as a brain, things that we see as things that we see as things that are capable of the organization and response to external and internal stimuli that we think of as only being able to be done with a brain.
Yeah.
It turns out that can happen without a conventional central nervous system. You can still have brain-like organization within an animal with no brain.
Huh.
Think about that. Think about that, Myaku haters.
Speaking of Myaku, I just want to say, I just want to go back real quick to Myaku because
yeah, sure.
When I Google Myaku, the lovely Google website tells me people also search for the people that search for Myaku also search for Labubu.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Fine.
Oh yeah, because there was a very limited Myaku Labubu.
All right, that makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Huggy Wuggy.
No, that's not real.
Okay.
Google's lying to you.
Hangyodon.
Oh, Hangyodon. Do you not know Hangyodon?
No, but I'm not surprised you do.
Hangyodon is Hello Kitty's friend that is like a sea monster who wants to be a stand-up comedian. He looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon, but Hello Kitty style.
Yeah. Yes.
And he wants to be a comedian. He's a performer.
All right.
That's Hangyodon.
All right. Cinnamoroll?
Yeah,
Cinnamoroll?
Cinnamoroll. Cinnamoroll is the most popular Sanrio character, more popular than
Right.
Hello Kitty. It's a bunny rabbit that also looks like a cinnamon roll.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. Pochaco?
Yeah, Pochaco is Hello Kitty's athletic dog friend.
Okay.
Basically,
So-
what you're seeing is that Myaku made a Sanrio collaboration.
All right. Okay. So here what we've got so far is Labubu, Heniodon,
Yeah.
Pochaco, Cinnamoroll, Huggy Wuggy, and then, ladies and gentlemen, Snoopy.
Because in Japan, Snoopy is a Sanrio character.
Okay.
The rights and licensing for Snoopy are part of the Sanrio Corporation in Japan, and they have way better Snoopy shit than we do because of it. Honestly, we're sleeping on the amount of cool Snoopy shit we could have.
I feel like Snoopy has waned in popularity.
Dude, and it's a problem. It's a problem. Apple TV apparently is where the Snoopy cartoons are now. The new Snoopy cartoons are being made, and nobody knows what's on Apple TV. Right. I don't know what's on Apple TV.
Yeah.
We got to fix that, dude.
It is odd that Snoopy is been relegated to deep in the Myaku search algorithm.
Yeah, like you hate seeing Snoopy as a related term for Myaku.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there was here's a beautiful Myaku X Peanuts art that you can see if you'd like to.
Oh, okay. That's disturbing. It looks like Linus and Charlie Brown are being eaten by something horrible. It looks like, what if Linus, Charlie Brown, and Lucy, or I guess it's Peppermint Patty, were...
No, that would be Sally. That's definitely
Sorry,
Sally.
You're right, Sally. What if those three characters were in John Carpenter's The Thing? That's what that looks like.
Well, here's the thing that I think will help you wrap your head around Myaku, much as Myaku has wrapped his head around the Peanuts characters there.
Yeah.
Is Japan finds the cuteness in existential and cosmic horror. They really do. They really are like, look at that terrible monster that is coming for and will devour us all. Maybe he hangs out with Hello Kitty.
Can I show you what Huggy Wuggy is?
Yeah, sure.
What the fuck is that? His name is Huggy. Wuggy. When he hugs you, he'll never stop. Huggy Wuggy laughs. Friend Huggy.
That's from Poppy Playtime. Are you familiar with the horror game Poppy Playtime?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Huggy Wuggy is the villain creature from Poppy Playtime.
All right, I'm sorry. I know we're talking about sea urchins. You've spun me off into a corner of the internet that you're an expert in, and I am a neophyte.
Hey man, check out this cool Snoopy Myaku figure that someone made.
That is cool.
Anyway, yeah, listen, man. I have a lot of dumb knowledge up here. Don't go. Listen, if I could give everybody just like one piece of advice, if I mention something on the show and you don't know what it is, just leave it. Leave it. Like, you don't want to go.
Usually I do, Anthony. Usually I do.
Like, you don't want to go down the rabbit holes that I go down. Like, I have a chronic illness. I sit around all day and I look at weird shit and I go deep. I go hard in the paint about it. And you just don't need to go hard in the paint about anything except for the main cool science stuff that we're talking about. If you've even looked up Myaku while listening to this podcast, you've lost the game.
Yeah. If your entire body is a brain, and you fill that brain with this stuff, you've already lost.
You've already lost. If a sea urchin was to have 1/1,000,000th of my useless information injected into its opsin receptors, it would simply die. It would simply die. I do want to show this. This is part of the study, and I think it's really cool. They were doing cellular tagging of the sea urchins and like mapping them. They got like an entirely new like cell map for sea
Wow.
urchins out of this process. And
It's crazy.
there are a bunch of like there are a bunch of different like illustrations and like pictures and like diagrams, but these photos, these cellular photos, these slices of sea urchin are really cool because you can see them in each picture. Each one of these is showing and pointing to the chemicals that are being expressed by the genes. And that's where you're seeing like all of these genes and which genes are active in which part of the body. And that's how they figured out how these genes are expressing themselves and what parts of the body the genes are building. And I can't decipher these very well, but I can tell
but
you
they're
that it's
cool
fascinating.
looking.
Yeah.
They look like fractals almost.
Mm-hmm. And it's cool to just see like them pointing to, here are the chemicals that are being expressed. Here's the part of the body that they're being expressed in. And the fact that you can take these pictures down to the cellular and then chemical level of something as small as a sea urchin and just label it. I'm just constantly fascinated by the amount of technology that's at our disposal for things like this.
It's wild and it's cool. The other thing I think about is how often I've had uni, which is sea urchin sushi.
Yep.
Does that mean I've been eating raw brain this whole time?
Yeah, kind of. In a manner of speaking, yes. Technically, no, but yes. Do you like sea urchin? I find that
it's not my favorite.
I find that the texture is a little too.
Yeah, it's a little rubbery.
It's a little too rubbery and liquidy at the same time for me.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
right.
pull
It's
it
kind of
off.
like it's kind of like got a creaminess that is a little.
Yeah, it's not my fave, and it's because it's brains, I guess.
I guess now that all kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I guess
Really
now that I know most body is brain stuff. That's not what you want. You want meat stuff.
Yeah.
You don't want brain stuff. So there you go. This is just another one of these in the subset of We Have Concerns episodes. That is just Anthony being like, hey man, did you know animals are smarter than you thought?
Yeah.
Does this make you feel guilty about anything?
You could make a pretty lengthy playlist of just those episodes, you know?
You could.
Like, hey, the animals you've been eating are smart.
Yeah. They had dreams. Every animal that you've eaten dreamed a dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry about it. Do sea urchins dream dreams? I don't know. I don't think we're saying that. But I think what we are saying is that ocean is full of aliens.
That is true. James Cameron taught us that.
Liz, we know these aliens. We've known these aliens.
Aliens.
And everything in the ocean is just absolutely wild and completely different than us and has no bearing on anything that we do or think or are.
It's so true. Sea urchins, jellyfish, the Navi.
The Navi, the sea Navi.
That's right.
Is there sea Navi?
Yes, that's the whole second movie was the sea
second
Navi.
movie was all they live underwater.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not big tree Navi.
That's why Kate Winslet had to hold her breath for 14 hours.
That's right. That's why we had to try to kill Sigourney Weaver.
That's right.
I totally forgot that we had to try to kill Sigourney Weaver. So third movie is Avatar is Navi that live in lava Navi.
I mean, I can't. I saw it last night. I can't talk about it, but I saw it last night, and
I still haven't seen any of them.
It's not. You haven't seen any of them?
I don't think I have.
Not the first one?
No, I don't think so. I think we've talked about this. I think I only have cultural knowledge of Avatar.
Because I think I've seen relevant.
I think I've seen clips, and
that's interesting.
No, wait, I had to have seen it. I think I saw it.
You had to have seen, dude, in 2000. What was it? 9 or something? No. Yeah, like 9. It was the first one came out. The first one came out. You had to have seen it.
I think maybe
everybody saw it. That's why it's the freaking.
I think we reviewed the official video game when I was reviewing games, and maybe I played the game and I've seen clips from the movie, but I don't know if I've watched the movie.
Yeah, 2009 it came out. 2009.
I know when Avatar came out. I just don't think I've seen
you would have seen it.
I don't know that
we are all just going to the movies in 2000. Remember that? How great it was? We were all going to the movies.
When there were just good movies and we went and we saw them.
Yeah.
And they would be like, hey, I wonder if there's new good movies out. And people would be like, yeah, there's always new good movies out. That's what movies is for.
Because just shit on cable. That's what we had. We didn't have any other options.
Yeah, it was like, come see new good movies. And then it was like, all movies aren't the same, right? And we're like, no, not all movies the same. Some movies are the same, but there's a lot of other great movies you could see at any time. And now, hey, do you want to go to the movies? No, all movies the same.
No, all movies the same. I'll rather just stay home and watch YouTube as well. Now what we say.
Yeah, I'd rather slop it up, thanks. Yeah. I'd rather slurp up the slop like some uni, like some deliciously gross uni. That's what I'm eating all day at home. I'm eating the uni slop, and I'm reading these. I'm going down rabbit holes about Myaku, and that's my life.
Brains, baby.
Listen, at least I've never seen an Avatar.
I mean, I love those movies.
I wanted to see the second Avatar because it had like 120 frame a second or something.
It's so good, dude. The second one is so good. It's got an hour-long action sequence at the end. Like literally an hour of action sequence. One action sequence. It's crazy.
Would I be able to pay attention for an hour-long action sequence?
I mean, you might not, but it's good.
I like the chase scene in Tintin. That was pretty long, right?
Yeah. So good. Or they're going over that whole, they're falling off.
The bird's got the map, dude.
Yeah, the bird's got the map. I remember
the bird's got the map.
Remember when there was going to be 8 Tintin movies?
God,
and
yes.
Peter Jackson was going to direct 3 of them, and Steven Spielberg was going to direct 3 of them. And remember that?
Yeah, I still wish that happened. The problem is they made Captain Haddock look like a strange real man.
Yeah,
and nobody wanted to see the movie. Listen, sea urchins have brains. That's all you need to take away from this. You don't need to take away any of the other trash that we're talking about. We talk about dumb shit.
We do.
Listen, this podcast, this is the only thinking we do throughout the week. So we just want to thank you for supporting us and our thoughts.
Thank you for making our thoughts possible. Because without you, we would be not thinking anything.
That's right. And if you want to support us even more, help us keep doing the show. You know, the only way we fund the show is through Patreon, patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. Give $1 a month and you keep the show going and get access to our Discord, which is the secret place where everybody's dumb like us.
I don't think that's the message we want to.
Everybody doing stupid stuff like us. If I went into the Discord right now and I shouted out Myaku, I bet
they would get it. That's our people. They would understand. They would know.
Yeah, they would get it. They would get it.
You could be one of them for only $1 a month. You got more to send our way to make sure this show continues. More value you get out of our inane ramblings. Then give a little more value in return, and you'll get more cool stuff, including extra episodes, video content, so much more. You get to see the Myaku. You could have seen it this whole time. You could have seen it. All you got to do is support the show.
$10 a month and up patrons get to taste Myaku.
I don't think that's. I don't.
Patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.